Well, I thought this day would never fucking come. I'm talking about a subject I never said I'd talk about on this channel. That should be fucking entertaining. We're going to talk about religion, of all fucking things. I can't wait for the comment section, and I can't wait for PPF to privately message me on it. So yeah, this should be interesting. I wasn't going to mention it. I literally was flicking through TikTok, because obviously I'm doing TikTok, so I was flicking through TikTok, and obviously, an exorcism video comes up, and there's one where he's doing an exorcism through a computer. I'm like, I bet you this guy has a YouTube channel. So I was like, blah, 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 you know, as you do, flick over, have a quick gander on YouTube. I found the guy on YouTube, and I'll pull him up now and show you who he is. That is the guy, Bob Larison. I hope I pronounced that right. The Real Exorcism, apparently is his name. He's been on Oprah Winfrey and something else on YouTube. I watched his preview anyway, after seeing this video that I'd hated. Basically, he outlined that it's a weird subject. Like some of the videos I can understand, exorcism, I totally believe in it. It's happened to my nan, to the point where I can't unbelieve it, because now she speaks in a foreign language that nobody can speak in, and I think it's only like 0.1% of the world can speak it, and that is tongues. If you don't know what that is basically the Lord's Prayer, the actual Lord's Prayer, in its actual language, and she couldn't speak it beforehand, and then after this exorcism happened, and the reason I know about this exorcism was because of a priest. Basically a priest had to come in, and she was slagging off a priest, and my nan is rarely to another level. Pretty much like believes in God, would not fuck with God, would not have it any other way. So to have her now speak a foreign language is the weirdest thing ever. And as kids, me and my sister shit ourselves. But obviously, there's certain things I understand with exorcisms, and there's appropriate ways to exorcise someone or anything. Doing it through a computer, I'm questioning his sanity a little bit, and I'm talking it's horse shit. But like, obviously, some of them are like, yeah. When he starts bringing up subjects of where demons might get into people, it's a bit fucking touchy, because considering we don't know how demons get into people or exorcism actually becomes a fucking thing, to then put it down to a thing, that this is where a lot of comments are going to come in. Because as you can tell, this guy has got, 115,000, so I'm about, well, why are you slagging him off? The reason is, I don't believe in what he said, so let me just pull up what the fuck he was talking about, and then we'll carry on with the conversation. So in one of the videos, he was talking about Marvel, and he was talking about Venom, saying that Venom is a demon, and it's obtaining people to look at demons and take possession and other shit. Basically saying Marvel in general, because of Thor, because of other shit, is basically letting us be possessed, and it's basically worshipping demons. I'm sorry, but when I go and watch a Marvel film, I'm not thinking, fucking hell, I might get possessed. When I play a Marvel game that I've sat and done umpteen hours, so I can imagine if he does see my fucking channel, I'm pretty much in the shit. And I have the Fiend, I have Phoenix's entrance, I've now got my entrance, that obviously he's going to look at and go, holy shit, this guy's possessed him in his own right. That is totally bollocks. For him to say Venom is religiously affecting people and religiously promoting demons, when Stan Lee did it as to make the motivation behind Marvel in general was to give people confidence to say a normal regular person can be a superhero in his own right by doing the little things that is actually probably more Bible-istic than fucking what he's thinking. It's basically saying, as one person, you can make a difference by changing the way you are, or changing the way people are around you. To then basically slag it off and put Stan Lee's work that he's been doing for years and died doing to shame, basically, is a fucking joke in its own right. Yeah, I don't know how you get to that. Like, that's like saying I've watched Marvel films, I've watched everyone, I've watched Venom, I've watched Suicide Squad, probably another fucking example of a demon movie. I've watched I've watched the Joker films, you know what I mean? Someone losing his sanity. And then I think in one video it was on about mental health can be demonic. Like, everybody has the low points. People have been through shit in their own personal lives that is mental health based. Never mind fucking, I don't know, trying to bring it up and say that it's fucking down to demons. Yeah, it is, in their own fucking, like, demons in their own selves. As in, like, something that's happened to them that they can't cope with that generally fucking makes them ill. Here's a bit backwards to say it's a demon in itself. I don't know. I don't get where it was going with me. I just seen the mental health and it was like, I didn't even watch that video, to be honest. He pissed me off with the Venom shit. Yeah. But to bring up Venom in general, Venom, yes, is meant to be a bad guy, I understand that. But then you've got Spider-Man, who is his counterpart, so it shows that there is darkness, but there's also light. And isn't that God, isn't that the Bible in itself? That, like, in religion, you've got the lighter side of yourself and the darker side. And when the darker side takes over, that is when you become dark in your own right. It's when you stop caring, stop giving a shit about people, that's when you generally become dark. And then when you've got the light side of you to bring up, like, I don't know, it's the little things like fucking, if you see someone fall over, pick them up. Or if you see someone having a moment or needing a shoulder crying, be there. There's a lot of shit in religion, and I'll take this Marvel off because I'm going to go talk about religion. As I've said, there's a lot of shit in religion where, as a person in general, you can choose to do the little things. It's like the thing of going to church every Sunday. Some people, I don't go to church every Sunday. I believe in God, doesn't mean I want to go to church every Sunday. I believe in God religiously. I have been possessed myself, not by a demon, by a ghost. Another fucking story. If you want to know, I don't know what, fuck it, I'll fill it in. Basically, I went to a medium, basically because I felt like I needed to take something in from myself. I lost my dad at an early age. I'll talk about it if we need to at some point. I've lost a lot of family members back in the past. I've lost a lot of loved ones. I lost someone this year, just gone with COVID. I lost someone else due to unconceived situation. The point is, as religion goes, you're not meant to go and see a medium because it's religiously wrong. Anyway, I went and seen this medium, was talking, and she went to me, oh, you've got a bit of medium in you. Now, the way I know this is true is I have visions sometimes that are like future shit that's going to happen to me or happen to a family member, and, well, basically me, it'll be a conversation with someone or it'll be something that's going to happen in the future, and then, say, 2, 3, 4 weeks later, I'll be having the exact same conversation. I've done it with Nathan when I've been in a party with Nathan. I've gone, have we had this conversation before? He's gone, no. And obviously, I dreamt it. It happened with my dog when me and my sister was coming back down from Scotland. I remember having a conversation with her because we couldn't find a dog cage. So we had to buy a cat cage and put the dog in like a big cat cage and put the dog in the cat cage because the dog wasn't huge. That ended up happening 2, 3 weeks later when we was coming back down from Scotland to England. There's been lots of little bits where medium shit has happened to me. I've also sent people in my house, and that sounds crazy in its own right, but I've had people sat at the bottom of my bed, including like people who watch over me, being my granddad who passed away, and I was very close to my granddad. And I knew it was my granddad because I could sense it was him. Anyway, so I was talking about that to the medium, and she went, yeah, there's someone who sits at the bottom of your bed, but there's a few that come and visit you overnight. I was like, well, that's nice. I'm never going to sleep with another woman in my lifetime. There's a person in my house every fucking night. Anyway, so, I was with the fiance at the time. We was talking afterwards. I had a conversation with my mum that made it more real because I knew my mum had lost a kid before me, because what happened is she got pregnant with a girl and then lost it and then got pregnant straight after with me. I did not know she'd lost a son. So she actually had a girl, boy. and then another boy that actually was born. So she basically went to this, girl, boy, yeah. So anyway, so that happened, and then what happened after that? So I was coming home. Me and the missus was sat talking with my nan. We decided to go to bed because we had a private room upstairs. That we had one night left in it, so it was like we're getting early night because we've got to sleep on the floor tomorrow. And well, over the weekend we decided to stay there for a couple of days, so we had to sleep on the floor because we couldn't book the room because the room being lent out. So it was up the top of the retirement home. So we went to bed. I got into bed, and then I got burnt on my leg, like someone was putting a cig out on my leg, or like a burning sensation in the bottom of my leg. But I'm dead sensitive when someone sleeps beside me. If someone puts a leg over me, I feel like I've got burning and I've got to move. So what happened is, obviously, I thought it was my missus. So why have you got your leg on me? You know I can't do. And she went, I'm nowhere near you. I went, well, why is my fucking leg burning? And then I turned around, and she was on the other side of the bed, facing the other way. So I was like, well, it can't be her. Anyway, this burning gets worse to the point where, like, I was like that. I'm getting out and going downstairs. It freaked me out. So I went downstairs to my nan's, and my girlfriend was like, well, my fiance at the time turned around and said, I'm not staying up here on my own. So me and her both went down to my nan's while my nan was still awake, like ourselves, and I went, yeah, we're not going back upstairs yet because I need to chill out. Basically, I think I was in my nan's. I was having a conversation with me, my nan, and my girlfriend, well, fiance. And she can clarify this if I needed to, but I'm not going to bring her in for it. Basically, I was conversating, and then I went quiet, and them two were still talking, and then next minute it felt like, when you've been paralysed, it felt like the the left-hand side of me, from my lip. That's all I remember. That's literally I said right, and then remembered where it was. The left-hand side of my lip felt like it was drooping. My left arm felt like it dropped, and my left leg felt like it was dead. And I got a really bad smell of, the old-fashioned pipes. You've got Backer, and then you've got fucking e-cigs now. But back in the day, they used to smoke a pipe, and the only reason I knew it was a pipe smell is I used to play dominoes when I was a kid, like 15, 16. I used to play dominoes with the local team, and there used to be one team that it would smoke a fucking pipe at like the domino game. And the only reason that came 2 and 2 together is because this guy smoked a pipe. So I got this whiff of a pipe, and then my girlfriend went, are you alright? Because I went white as a sheet. And then, like, as quick as it came on, it went off my body. And then I was like, what the fuck? And then my girlfriend was like, my fiance was like, are you alright? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I said to her, did your granddad pass away by having a stroke? Now, me and my fiance at the time, I'd met her nan, but nan passed away when we got together a couple of months before that. Now, I don't know if this was her granddad coming through telling me that nan was with her granddad. I couldn't say, because I can feel them, I can't read them, if that makes any sense. So I entered the conversation with her granddad. Maybe that was her granddad telling me to tell her that her nan was okay and they were together. I don't know, but we'd never had a conversation. And when I said, did he die of a stroke, my missus went white as a sheet and went, how the fuck did you know that? I went, I think he just took over me. And then the weird thing is, after you've been possessed, it's like every energy or body part of you has been drained physically of energy. So, like, if you imagine a battery, if you've got a full battery, it drains every inch of your battery to manifest itself basically in you. It's weird. Anyway, so going off subject of that, so possession in general is real. Wasn't as bad as a demon, but like possession in general is real. Totally stand by what it says. Possession. So bring in a Marvel character or anything to do with like religion in general being like, that's like saying, if you're gay, you're fucking being possessed. If you're a lesbian, you're being possessed. If you're bisexual, you're probably. If you're fucking, there's that many different sexualities now. It's basically like saying every person that isn't straight or isn't married or isn't fucking, is totally 100% possessed by a demon. And there is religion people out there that would say that is fucking true. Utter shit. And the reason I say utter shit is I know people who are gay, who are the nicest people you've ever met, and they're religious. It's not like they're going round town, like, sleeping with a million guys on a fucking night or whatever, you know what I mean? It's not like they're 100% selling themselves. There can be nice, quiet guys who, like, just meet with the person they love and it's a guy. The same goes for a woman. A woman can meet a woman and go, fucking hell, oh my god, amazing. There can be women who are like, you know what, I want a bit of man, I want a bit of woman. There might be guys like, I want a bit of man, I want a bit of woman. Leave them do what the fuck they want. It's like the religion of, if you're married, no, sorry, you can't have sex before you're married. I'm fucked. I'm going to examination because I've never been married, but I've had sex. I feel like certain religious rules worked back in the day. And by the way, when I say in the day, I mean like maybe the last 1,000 years. Like the modern day way of thinking. Yeah, there is women, don't get me wrong, there is people that fucking hold out. I know guys who not give up the virginity and they're nearly in the fucking 30s. The point is, not every person is the same. And there's a lot of peer pressure now at school, like, to lose it or not lose it or fucking whatever. There's a lot of pressure out there and different subjectives of fucking putting pressure on people that fucking makes them feel like they've got to lose it. Like, I think I lost it really fucking late, to be honest. When I've had conversation with people who I know, they've lost it fucking 14, 13, 12, 11. Even some earlier than that. I lost mine at 16. I was with a lovely young girl, fucking was roughly about the same age. It happened, it was her idea, not mine. It ended up happening. The point is, to then say I'm damned because I've had sex with someone is a bit fucking critical. It's like, I made a practical joke about it because obviously I'm religious, and obviously to say that religion in general is you've got to do this and you can't do anything fucking else is a bit mental. I made a practical joke and it actually stands true, and it could actually drive the church in aspects of, like, it probably could turn someone from being religious into being scientifically fucking, well, that's fucked. And it was more for a practical joke of, if a fucking Joseph Witness knocked on my door, they're getting it because I've had enough. Because I've had Joseph Witness, I'll tell you another story. I've had a Joseph Witness have a conversation with me. I didn't know who the fuck he was. My nan had let him in and they'd been there for 45 minutes having a fucking brew with me nan and knew everything about me before I'd come through. I was like, yo, I don't know you from Tom, Dick or fucking Nelly. And he was sat having a brew with me nan and I'm like, I mean, I was like, he's taking a piss. I didn't know, at the time I was like, I went back up to my mum, like, Mum, there's someone sat in my nan's house that I don't know. I don't know from the village, that because it was in a small village at the time. I have got a fucking Scooby-Doo, yeah, and the village isn't big, so, like, it wasn't hard to not run into people. So, like, for me not to know him when I've been out drinking with people and I'd had conversation with people, for me not to know him was a bit fucking weird, considering my nan had only lived there 5 minutes. Anyway, it comes out that it's a Joseph Witness. The guy knew everything about it. So anyway, when a Joseph Witness knocked on my door, I was going to say, you said you believe in God, and so do I. We both believe in God. If you believe in God and I believe in God, you believe that Adam and Eve is our father or mother. Wouldn't that make us all cousins and all be bashing our cousin? And I said this to a friend, and my friend went, fucking hell. So you think about it like that, like, it's true, we're all banging each other's cousin, and we make practical jokes about American, is it Alabama? Alabama, I think it is. Oh, no, rednecks, it's rednecks are all inbred fuckers or whatever. The point is, this is a funny joke, how do you think how do you circumcise a hillbilly, kick his sister in the jaw? Anyway, So anyway, yeah, for me, it's funny how you can say, because I've done I've worked as a volunteer, I've coached kids, I've dealt with issues. I had a neighbour 4 doors down from where I live, fall over. I had music in, so I was walking down the street, I'd pop my headphones in, was jamming away to something on Spotify, and I heard, hello, help, and I sort of heard it, and I was like, what the fuck? I put my earphones out, and stood there for a minute, and she went, help, and literally, it was an old woman, and she slipped. She was trying to walk up a drive, must have been wet or damp or whatever, and she slipped. And she was on a big fence. So I was like, I'll have to open the fence, hold your weight, and then I'll fucking. Anyway, so obviously I went in, grabbed her husband, because obviously we shouldn't take two of us get her up so she didn't can hurt herself anymore. I went into her house, grabbed her husband. That was her oldish anyway. We both picked her up, and then I went there, picked up all the shopping, and gave it to her. The point of view is, if that isn't doing something good in its own right, then we're all fucked. There's a lot more people who do a lot more injustices, as in murder people. And you're like, what the and then there's people who are rapists, there's people who are fucking, you know what I mean? There's a lot of more shit than gay people. So if you're judging gay people, maybe we need to start judging the fucking people who are married who are killing their fucking wives before we start judging the gay person. Do you know what I mean? I don't get it. You can slag off someone who's gay, but the person who's fucking married, you're going to forgive his sins, and he can go to heaven. Logic. Fucking killed his family, married, happy, fucking proper church Bible basher. You know what I mean? As they would say, Bible basher. Church believer. And then, he fucking killed his family, but you're going to forgive him, but the person who's gay is going to hell. I watched a video the other day, and I totally get why people were fucking freaking out. There was a video, and it was an R&B singer. I'm going to remember the fucking song at some point. And he slides down the pole and then he starts grinding on the demon. Fucking too far. I'm not standing up for shit like that. That is fucking pushing it to a limit of holy shit. So, I know what's morally right, would be the best way to say it. What I don't get is how you can slander off someone who is gay. But at the same time, it also comes down to what you believe in. I know I've been friends with atheists who don't believe in God at all. I've been friends with Judaism, a Jewish person. I've been friends with Muslims. I don't judge by religion. I don't judge by skin colour. I judge by the person they are. I don't judge by, they're black, so they're a prick. I don't judge by they're brown, they're a fucking Indian, fuck off. Don't get me wrong, there's points where I do go a bit racist. But at the same point, at some point in general, we're all the same fucking person. We're just trying to live our lives and process shit we've gone through in our past life. The point of religion is to help you guide and mature, and don't get me wrong, I went to church. I was fucking church choir. I was the loudest person when it came to church choir. You could fucking name it the other side of the master fucking church. But I also look at the other points of we need to accept people for what they do and what they have to deal with and what they process. I love Marvel films. I'm not going to start watching Marvel films. Doesn't mean I'm fucking loud demon possessed me. Don't want that shit. The point is, you can't slag off a film. If if fucking my nan's religious, 100% religion, proper was classed as a Bible basher back in the day, would sit up have Bible meetings, and she's watched a Marvel film and a DC film and gone, they're fucking amazing. And I played what was it the other day? I played Days Gone. I played that in January, I think it was. When did I upload that? But I played it over December, I think I uploaded it in January, because it was part of the package I was filling, I was literally recording a couple of months ahead. I've just started doing that again. I'm literally up to about August at the minute, going into September. So I'm a couple of months ahead of myself. The point of view is that I just like having a bit of a time. By the way, I guess that's annoying because it comes up Premiere. But the point is, like, it gives me time for, but like, I've edited that, I can have a break, and it lets me refresh and recharge, because obviously Supercard takes a lot of fucking time. There's a Flash event coming, and there's an Alexa Bliss card that looks amazing. By the way, fucking amazing. But like, the point is, you do what makes you happy. You be religious to whatever you want to do. And if you ever need the help and support, look at someone at society, look at your family, look at whatever. Get someone that can talk to you and help you process or deal with your shit. Because we all deal with shit at some point in our life. The point of view is, you need to process and try and move on. And religion is there as like a back support of, do you know what, if you need somewhere, if I feel like you need some support, probably religion's the best way to do it. PPF will probably agree. But the point of view is, I don't get how you can slag off a gender movie, because that's like saying The Conjuring is telling you about demonology and fucking shit like that. Don't get me wrong, I watched the program and Christ, you're talking, what the fuck was that? What the fuck film was that? It was something like there was demons in his household or some shit. And it was true, like, there was demon possessions and shit. And like, this guy was really trying to possess him. And it was a TV program, went on for 2 seasons. It was mad. And there was one where it was crazy. The little girl was like fully fucking getting possessed. Like, there's stuff like that where like it's advertising demonology, because at the same time you're advertising that demons are there. So fucking, if you want to, you know what I mean? It's across. It's like me, nan. I watched Lucifer. That's demon based fucking devil worship, whatever I watched it. My nan was like, I would never touch it. My nan would never touch it. And I said to my nan, it's a DC thing. Yes, it's advertising demons. Probably PPF won't watch it. I'm just going to throw it out there. But at the same time, I watch it because I enjoy it. Actually, it's just become God. So technically, it's the demon becoming God. So that's fucked in its own right. Spoiler for if you've not watched Lucifer. I'm going to put a spoiler in the fucking title. Spoiler for Lucifer. Because I've just watched season 5B. Anyway, I've just sat and watched that. The point is, if you believe in your own religion, and it doesn't matter what you watch, like, that's advertising God, that's advertising, there's a fucking demon and God fucking TV program, there's fucking umpteen programs, there's a program about fucking Almighty Johnson, there's a program called Almighty Johnson that was aired 5 years ago, 6 years ago, something like that, maybe even earlier, and that was all about fucking gods from another world coming to our world and all that. And it was fucking Odin, it was Freya, you know, like, doesn't mean I went and watched the fucking, I was like, oh, I must believe in God, you know what I mean? If I think it was a New Zealand based program. Anyway, the point of view is, if you believe in God, then that's your prerogative. If you don't believe in God, you don't believe in God. The prerogative of the fucking subject is to blame anything you watch or anything is advertising demonology. It's all. So it's for the fucking Conjuring, and they've done 3 of them fucking films. The third one, is it the 4th is getting released, or the fucking 3rd? They've done 2 Annabelles or 3 Annabelles. Fucking The Nun, they've had fucking. That's advertising. I watched a fucking program that scared the living shit out of me, and it was called As Above is As Below or some shit. And basically, they got burnt alive inside the demon's asshole or something with fucking acid. Do you know, it like, there's fucking other programs that make it a lot worse than a Marvel fucking film. And if you've gone, oh, The Conjuring is really bad, it advertises demonology, it advertises exorcism, I totally agree. Because it even shows you how pissy, you know what I mean? Like, I was on about going to, you know where you go walking for ghosts? And it was like, oh, we're going to do a seance. I was like, I'm the fuck out, getting the fuck out of that shit. I ain't touching it. Now that's my religious side kicking in. That's like, fuck that. I ain't touching that shit. I'm not going all turntable and fucking flipping over and all that shit. No. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've watched a program called The Last Exorcism. I don't know, it was 2 seasons, they'd never done another season since. and that was all about fucking exorcisms and like fucking, and that was hardcore, like exorcism fucking shit. Where I think both of them killed themselves. At the end. Fucking, who was the first season? No, they both did. I think both the people that killed him or whatever, because it was that fucking bad that it took over him for, or they actually asked him to hold it, the demon there, so they could kill the demon. I don't know. There was a fucking. You'd have to go and watch it. The point of view is religion, demonology, fucking everything has its own place in our society. That's like saying emos are going to hell. It fucking straight up is. Like, I hated emos when I was a kid. I thought fucking going round. Like, my mate was saying, oh, I hate jobs. I'm like, I can see why, because you're a bit more emo than fucking, you know. So I can see why it's like the group stereotyping that we do in ourselves. Oh, well, you're wearing jeans, you're a fucking this. You're wearing tracky bottoms, you're this. You're this, you know what I mean? Like, there's never any fucking limits. Like, people of colour, there's another bracket there. There's black, white, fucking mixed race. There's Indian. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many different slangs and different things that if we could literally, like, fucking Germans, British still blame German for fucking what happened with Hitler until, like, we can let everything go as a society. But suicide bombers, maybe not. But everything fucking else. Like, I know people that have watched that Kevin Bigelow fucking film. By the way, if you do not look it up, there's a Kevin Bigelow film where he was a news reporter that got caught in Afghanistan, and they actually beheaded him with what the fuck was it? A blunt, I think it was a blunt butter knife or some shit. The blunt, something stupid like that. It was crazy, and it was mad because I know people who I know have watched it. It's like the fucking, there's been practical jokes between us as kids. I'm going to scare some people right now. 2 girls, 1 cup. Practical joke. Probably not so funny. I think apparently they died afterwards. Or some shit they never got heard of. Whoever did it, it was meant to be like some food fetish, some shite. Porn, I don't know if that, literally there was something I looked into it at some point. It's like blaming China for the fucking coronavirus. It's like, there's so much hate in the world. And so, like, fucking... And people go to films to relax, or go to watch TV to relax. They don't go to watch fucking... Like, I've been watching a program called Heartland. Religiously. I think I've watched 14 fucking seasons of it in the space for a couple of months. And I've raved about it. My nan watched it over Christmas. I ended up watching it. It's on Netflix, by the way. Shout out Netflix. If you want to sponsor me, feel free. No, but there's loads of shit. I've watched The Umbrella Academy. Amazing program. Like, with lockdown's been fucking dog shit. I think I watched 50, 60 series of different things. Anyway, the point of view, I might actually do. I mean, the boys were on about doing it. I don't think Ryan's doing it. I need to sort out with the boys more, to be honest. I need to speak to Ryan more. Anyway, because Ryan wants to do a video with me, and I don't think we was going to touch some subjects, but this is mainly about religion that I thought I'd never fucking do on this channel, so shit happens. But yeah, that was my little rant about blaming fucking programs. And this is a shout out to you, by the way. You can't. I understand where you're going with it. Venom is a demon-based possession sort of fucking thing, but to blame demonology or blame people fucking for possession or fucking interacting with possession because of that, utter shit. It's an alien by existence. It's a fucking alien. Next you'll be saying we're all getting probed up our asses. Leave Venom the fuck alone and we'll be alright. Other than that, you did your exorcism. I don't believe the one through the computer. You can tell me I'm fucking wrong. I've never seen an exorcism film where they've gone, oh, let me just fucking do it through the computer. Never seen it in my life. Touching people makes sense. Touching the holy water makes sense. I've never seen fucking how you might put a cross to a fucking... Anyway, I'm going to leave that one alone because I don't like blame your TikToks. Maybe there was a good video point. There was a fucking camera. I don't know. And he was wearing a Jesus top. Man. Fuck's sake. Anyway, the other two I'll give you where she's laughing because that happened with my nan. She was laughing at her priest saying, "You'll not fucking beat me" and all that shit. And it sort of happened with what happened with your possession video that I watched on TikTok. The other one through the computer, I'm calling horseshit on. You can say whatever you want to that. But yeah, I'll add his little finger video again at this point. But yeah, I could be wrong with what he did. I feel like the Venom Marvel attack's a bit fucking pushing it a bit too far. Other than that, mate, you're doing my best. Congratulations on doing my best, but you've not got me in the Marvel video. I was going to type this, by the way, but I realised it was going to be an hour fucking 45-minute rant about this guy's fucking content, and I just thought, fuck it, do a video because it's easier than fucking try to type this out for the next fucking 4 hours because I'd have to try and type it proper. Yeah, I don't know what to say other than I hope you've enjoyed. He's gonna say I've done this for fucking views. It's gonna happen. It might take off, and I hope it doesn't. But at the same time, I'm just fucking ranting about popping at fucking shit that's on TV because there's so much shit. Like there's so much stuff on TV that's utter shit that you could aim at something that's a franchise-based TV program. Like, it shows darkness, but it also shows light. And that was the main concept I was trying to get around. That, like, it might be dark with Venom, but at the same time, you've got the light of Spider-Man, and you've got the light of... You know what I mean? Like, there's light and dark, that's the whole point. And it's meant to represent the darkness in us, but also the fucking light, and hopefully drag out the light more than the darkness. And the way he's portrayed it is it's fucking darkness, darkness, and darkness, and it just isn't that way. That's why you have Venom, that's why you have Spider-Man, because it's like yin and yang. Bit of Japanese, yin and yang. It's like the yin of the good and the yin of the bad taking over. And if your ying's out of sync, then that makes you a negative person. I don't know. Anyway, that was my point. My point was, don't attack something. It's like attacking gay people for being gay. It's like attacking it's just not right. And let people do what they want to fucking do. But at the same time, I get where you're coming at with religion. And also the point of... I sound like a priest. Someone said I should have been a priest when I was a kid. I can't because I swear too much. It's just the areas brought up, and we get those people kicking the shit out of people every week. And you have to either toughen up or get the knock the fuck out. So, and by the way, Jake Paul, I'm joking about it, but I would put the same things. Yeah, that's another subject I need to touch. I'm going to do a Jake Paul video at some point. I'll touch it. I keep saying I'm going to touch it. I will touch it at some point. But yeah, other than that, man, you did like the exorcism, I believe. 2 of them, I don't believe the third one. I feel the computer one's a bit of a hoax. Maybe that's just the way it looks. You could tell me I'm wrong. It just seemed a bit hoaxy. But it could also be fucking whatever. But the same point, mate. I hope there's no fucking hard feelings. I'm just saying, maybe tone it back a little bit. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all after this 40-minute rant. 40 fucking minute rant over a fucking video. After this 5-minute rant, I forgot. I'll see you all in a bit.